What is up, everyone? How are we doing? What is up? What is up? Let me see here. It is going. How are we doing? I think we got everything set up. Um, I think we got everything set up on both the TikTok and the Tube. So that's what's up. What's up over there on YouTube? What's up here on TikTok? See, let me. Puff, I done did. I done did, Puff. Let me see. Is it over here? There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. The talk's up. The tube's up. We are ready to go. All right, guys. Y'all know what to do. Uh, Continue to like and tap and share and all that good shit. Making sure that this gets out to whatever pages that we need it to. I bet. And thank you so much to all of my mods for splitting up because now we got two different things. And to our newest mod, Sim. Can we get some W's in the chat for Sim? The only thing that we don't have right now is the soundboard, but we will be fixing that. We will be getting that done so that we can have it back. Because I'm gonna miss my buys for a little bit. What up, Brandon? Yeah, we're kind of missing out on the whatchamacallit for right now, but oh, oh shit, I can't do the wings like you can. I can't do the singing. I wish I could. I can't do that shit. That's why you're the professional singer, not me. I don't have a Christian album out, Brandon. I can't do that. How am I feeling tonight? I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. Let's see if the oppositions are feeling well enough to come up and try to have these conversations. I feel like we did spend all that time today on the tube that now I feel like our TikTok is kind of bare. All right, let's see. I don't know. So here's the thing. I know, like, first of all, we're slacking on the taps. We got 2.2K. We can do a lot better than that. Get up, get up on that FYP on YouTube. I don't know where or how we're supposed to do over there. I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do there, but you should make it to where we can do super chat. 100%. I am trying to. I have to get like so many views and so many things that I have to do to make it to where I can. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yep. And I'm in a good news. I'm in a new chair today. I'm out of that old shitty one that I was in. So me see. You know what's fucking funny though is that earlier when we were trying to get the shit situated so that we knew that everything was working, we had people requesting. We had people requesting, wanting to have those conversations there or debate. Now they don't. Dual streaming, exactly, Dan, exactly. Yeah, we are. We are up on the tube as well, and that is at cross0524. We're just getting all of it situated and together. Might have to pull up the old YouTube burner. Might have to. Might have to. What I like too, though, over here on the tube while we're just getting started, is that my logo is in the bottom right corner of the tube, and it's fucking great. Got a new cart. Let's go. Big dubs. Big dubs. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, gals and pals, theys and gays, and everyone in between, if you disagree with the prompts that we need gun reform, request up and tell me why I'm wrong. I am willing and ready to hear why some people think that I am wrong. But just know that we only deal with stats and facts. So if you come up here with your feelings and everything, you're going to get upset. Chris, how old are you? Where are you from?
58 from Nevada.
Awesome, awesome.
I'm a Republican, 2A supporter.
Damn, you been up here before?
I have, but I have. It's I don't really want to talk too much about the 2A. I just have to talk to you about something that happened yesterday.
Okay.
See, yesterday I used a burner account to control you a little bit. Accused you of some things that I found out were wrong, and I am deeply, deeply sorry. I apologize. I cannot imagine what you have gone through. I have 5 sons, and I cannot imagine what you've gone through. And I really, really sincerely apologize. I was wrong.
Was your other account John?
Yeah. You and I will never agree about this, about gun control, and that's okay. Like I said, I apologize. You have... I just couldn't imagine the pain you went through. And like I said, I deeply apologize. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. He's perma-blocked. So, mods, if we can get that one. That was John yesterday who came up here and tried all that shit. Zach, how old are you? Where are you from?
29, Arizona.
Awesome. You pro 2A?
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you MAGA, Republican, Liberal, Democrat, Independent, Centrist, Marxist, Anarchist, Nazi,
I am myself.
Confederate?
I'm independent. I am whatever I want to be.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am. All right, cool. We need gun reform. Why do you oppose it?
Are you okay for free speech reform?
Huh?
Are you in favor of free speech reform?
Oh, I'm sorry. So instead of answering the question, you're going to pivot and ask a different question?
Well, Second Amendment protects free speech.
What?
So, yeah, are you in favor of free speech?
First of all, you
reform?
don't know what the Second Amendment is, first and foremost.
Okay.
There's
So
27
are you in
words. What
favor
are
of
they?
free speech reform?
Cool. There's 27 words. What are they?
Are you in favor of free speech reform?
Can you answer any fucking question without pivoting?
Are you in favor of free speech reform?
Okay. So look what you can do. You can stay on mute until you can just answer a simple question.
So you can't answer a question, gotcha.
No, I absolutely can. But seeing as this is what we do,
Are
and
you afraid of guns?
I asked you the question, right?
And I asked you the
Why are you
question.
against gun reform? You didn't answer it. You strictly
Because the
pivoted to
Second
something
Amendment
else.
protects the First Amendment. That's all you have to say.
No, it
The
doesn't.
Second Amendment protects the First.
No, it doesn't. How?
So you don't think that guns won't protect your First Amendment rights?
How? Tell me how.
Because the tyrannical government.
Oh, you're a tyrannical government guy. Awesome. So where in the Constitution or in the Second Amendment does it say anything about fighting a tyrannical government?
Second Amendment.
Where?
The right to bear arms.
Where? There's
Second Amendment, First
27
Amendment.
words. There's 27 words in the
Right.
Second Amendment. What are they?
Right. The right to bear arms shall not be infringed.
Right to bear arms shall not be infringed. Well,
The paint and nails is all I
8.
had to see. That's all I had
So,
to see right there.
8.
Dude, that's
So,
fucking painted nails, and he's bitching about
You're
guns.
missing 19
Oh
words.
my god, you have painted
and you
nails.
don't know what
you're
they
fucking
are?
Crying about guns. No wonder you're a pussy, dude. What the fuck?
So
A grown ass man with painted nails is gonna tell me about gun control. Okay.
yeah,
Get the
absolutely,
fuck
because
outta
you
here,
were
dude.
too ignorant to know
Get
what the fuck.
out of here. Go
Once
paint
again?
your nails and talk to someone else, dude. Get the fuck
You know
out of
what?
here.
Here, you
That's
want me
some
to paint?
crazy
You want me to
shit,
paint
dude.
them live for you?
Fucking paint it live, dude. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
so I
gun
will.
control?
I will
What an
if you
idiot,
can
dude.
have this conversation instead of crashing out like a
Yeah,
little
that's-
cry. No, stop. I can fucking spam the mute as well, buddy. The problem is that I'm faster than you. Okay, so what I need you to do is, if you want to continue to stay up here, you can have this conversation. If you do not want to have this conversation, 1, you can bounce. 2, if you say anything other than I don't know, or you give me the rest of the Second Amendment, then I will be forced to have to remove you because you have no idea what you're talking about. So
It's okay. You can paint your nails, you little bitch. It's all right.
your choice. Oh my God. Like, like imagine that. Imagine coming up here. The background literally says we need gun reform. Why do you oppose it? And he's like, why do you oppose? Do you oppose the First Amendment reform? What? You dummy. And imagine being, yeah, exactly. Like, imagine being so pissed off over fingernails. Zach was crying. Freedom of speech is not protected by the Second Amendment. Freedom of speech is protected by the First Amendment. You ignoramus. like, what are you talking about? You're seriously in the chat saying that the freedom of speech is protected by the Second Amendment. It's literally the First Amendment. Whew. Imagine being that weak. All right, let's see. Zach, here. Oh, Zach, you've already been muted. Like, here's the thing. I'm here to have real conversations, right? I'm not here for you to, like, crash out just immediately. Like, what good was that? You just came up here and showed 130 some odd people that you're a coward and you can't have conversations. Y'all can't see the chat on... What you mean? But W's in the chat. Real quick. Big, massive W's in the chat. To JC, who sent $5 and said, a pussy can take a beating, Zach. Stop crying. Yeah. I love when they try to use that as like a derogatory term. Because for that point exactly, JC. For that point exactly. W's in the chat to JC. Jim, come on up. We can have this conversation. It's really simple. Y'all can't see the chat because of the border? Let me see. Is that better? All right, let's see. There we go. All right. Well, we fixed that. We fixed that right away. Easy money, easy money. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gals and pals, theys and gays, and everybody in between. If you disagree with gun reform, let us know. Come on up here and tell me why. Don't be like Zach, though. In a world where you can be whatever you want to be, Zach is not who you should want to be. Sticking back to the TikTok to say hi from Tubeland. I appreciate you so much for modding over there, Trisha. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, imagine being Zach. Like he couldn't even formulate sentences without crashing out. It's crazy. It's crazy. How is that doesn't work right? There we go. Is that better? That better. All right. Pulling up the tube on the laptop so you can watch on both. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like the tube setup. I think it's pretty cool. How have the lives been today? Just we know that they've been getting weaker and weaker because MAGA, gun nuts, Republicans, they're all fucking scared. Oh, they've been bragging about the Dems breaking. Well, I mean, so many whiners. I mean, like seriously, fuck those Dems. Like I've said it from the beginning. I ain't a Republican. I ain't a Democrat. I'm gonna call out the people that need to be called out and fuck them motherfuckers. That was all a game to them at that point. You know. Love you, buddy. No, I'm good. Thanks, bub. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck every single one of them that caved. Let them run on it for re-election. People are tired of this shit, man. People are fucking tired of it. Run on that shit. Run that you broke. What Republican have you ever agreed with? Like in what way? Like, are you saying like if a Republican was like, it's a nice day today, and I agreed, or like what are you talking about? The fact that you're awoke, that's one word, lefty that doesn't know what he's talking about. Brendan, come on up here. Let's see who knows what we're talking about when we're talking about gun reform.
So
Brendan, how old are you? Where are you from?
I'm from Texas, Houston, Texas. Actually, I'm 36, Republican.
Awesome.
I don't know how you can see you're gonna run a platform on gun reform whenever that this country's been built on the Second Amendment.
Okay. Okay. Hold on.
I
Like,
just
don't,
and I'm not trying to be rude or anything.
Hold on. You're just rambling at this point. You said that because the country was built on the Second Amendment, and then you wanted to keep going. What is the Second Amendment? Let's level set here. What is the Second Amendment? There's 27 words. What are they?
It's the right to bear arms.
No. So right to bear arms. That's 4 words. You're missing 23. What are they? If you don't know,
I mean the whole 23. Yeah, I'm just the whole point is. But what gun reform do you want to process?
Hold on. Once again, there's no need to like pivot and everything.
I'm not. I hear you, but I'm just.
We're on one thing at a time. Which is crazy for me, the guy with ADHD, to say, right? Let's just take it one thing at a time. I got to focus.
I got you.
Right?
I got the same.
So there's 27 words. You said that this country was built upon the Second Amendment. We don't know the words.
To fight against tyranny. Just look what's going on in the UK, for example.
Hold on. I love it. So fight against the tyrannical government. Where in the Second Amendment does it say anything about fighting tyranny?
It's the right to bear arms.
No. You said it was to fight tyrannies. That's what I'm asking. Where does it say anything about fighting tyranny?
Tyranny is the whole reason that the forefathers had that, so we would never have to.
No, it wasn't. So once again, I'm going to ask, where is it in the Second Amendment?
You let me know right there. I'm just.
It's not. Where is it in the Constitution?
The right to bear arms?
No, not the right to bear arms. We're talking about to fight tyranny.
That's the whole reason that they was put into place, so we would be able to. If the government ever came after us, that we would be able to have our arms to be able to protect and go up against it. That's what how is it not?
Right. I'm going to explain it to you. So once again, I just need you to answer, where in the whole Constitution does it say anything about fighting tyranny?
You seem to say that everything I was at wrong, so
right.
I would
so it's not there, right? But you know what's funny is that it does talk about it, and with the well-regulated militia, in fact, as well, that the Second Amendment is actually talking about, right? In Article 1, Section 8, Clause 15, it says Congress shall have the power to call forth the militia to execute the laws of the Union, to suppress insurrections and repel invasions. Now, what is an insurrection? It's a violent uprising against the government.
With inside our own people going against our own state.
It's going against right. So if you try to fight your government, whether they're tyrannical or not, that well-regulated militia, Congress will call forth to put you on your ass. So if you try to fight the tyrannical government, that Second Amendment was put there to put you on your ass. So not to fight tyranny, it's so that you can get put down. Like it's easy, it's simple. Like it literally says it in the Constitution.
I hear that, but there was one. Even though when we won our freedom against the British colonies and everything else with those wars. Look what's going. Just for example, going on in the UK where they can't defend themselves.
We can switch to the UK in a minute. We're not done with America right now, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
And we can switch over to the UK. The great point, though, is that once again, it was never in the Constitution that it was to fight tyranny. In fact, if you tried to fight your tyrannical government, the Second Amendment would be used to put you down. And we know that the Second Amendment is a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, shall not be infringed. Right? We know that.
Yeah.
Okay. That whole thing is talking about our state's ability to have a state militia. That's all it was. Not for individuals, for the state militia. That's all it was. It wasn't until 2008, per the Heller decision, that we had the individual right to own a firearm.
So which in your where you're preaching the gun reform, what do you think that needs to be reformed about it? With like what weapons do you think that should be outlawed, available? Like why we can't have which ones are you thinking of? I mean the whole they had the whole thing with the ARs, the assault weapons that they think they should ban that are strictly a lot of it used for game hunting, sport hunting,
children hunting. Yeah. No, exactly.
children
Hunting
hunting.
everything, including children.
I mean, I've never been that way with it, so I can't agree there. But
Oh,
I
but
mean, I'm sure that
that's what they're used for. But did you know that we had an assault weapons ban in the 90s from 94 to 2004? Did you know that?
I did not. But
Yeah, we had one. Do you know what happened during that time?
I did not. I was born in '89, so the little right there doesn't the time
Yeah.
frame doesn't have too much,
Yeah, so from 94 to
history for me to be able
2004,
to.
from 94 to 2004, we had an assault weapons ban. During that time, there was a 70% decrease in mass shootings. Then,
And yeah,
when the bill sunset,
and
hold on. Then, when the bill sunset in 2004, there was an uptick of over 180%. So we went from dropping 70% to going up over 180%.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think that there's not problems with it, like there, especially with mental health and things like that. With
You
maybe
what?
being able to
No,
hold
you
a
don't
little.
think that it's mental health. You vote Republican. Republicans overwhelmingly vote against mental health, so that can't be true,
I mean, I'm saying there's mental health issues out there with where these mass shootings that are taking place.
right?
And
Can you?
they're,
Well, hold on. Can you give me any source of that? Because the people, you are more likely to be a victim of gun violence if you have a mental illness than you are to be the perpetrator of it.
but could you agree that the most mass shootings have some type of mental health element behind them
what?
to where
Which one?
that's everyone? Huh?
Which one? What symptoms?
Well, it was the weird one with the Vegas shooter, to where all the facts didn't come back right with what he had in his room, and
How did all the facts not come back right?
does the fact that one man was able to have that much ammunition all and weapons all in his room, and get that all that fired off and killed off to all those people with just what was a little
How
bit
did
there.
that?
It's kind
How
of a
did that not
backward
make
story.
sense? What are you talking
Because
about?
that he and how would one man be able to get that type of weaponry past Las Vegas security guards carrying all that into
What do you
a
think?
room up?
Hold on. Because this is funny. So do you think he was just like walking around just like this and everything with them, or do you think that they were stored and everything, and they were pushed up to the room on fucking luggage carts?
I think that it was a little bit more than that. That it was some type of setup, or to with what was going.
Of course, it is a setup. It's always a setup. It always is with y'all. Y'all have no proof, no facts, no nothing, but it's always a setup. So now, can I ask what this has anything to do with mental health? Because you pivoted to Vegas after the pivot to mental health, and you're not. There's
I would think that most gun violence that comes from shooting mass people has some type of mental health element behind it.
Can you
Can't
give
just
me
be a normal
can you
person.
give me that source? Can you give me that data, or is this just something you're making up? Like pretty much the rest of our
Making
conversation.
up, that's what y'all's whole thing, people have been behind, is with the mental health and the deeper background checks on being able to get weapons and things of that nature. I've never had any issues. I've been hunting my whole life. I don't think
Cool.
that,
Once again, hold on.
taking
That's
away,
a pivot. That's a pivot. I don't like pivots, man.
but it all goes into
No,
one,
because
though, where,
you are the one that said mental health. You are the one that brought mental health
Of
up.
course,
And then you
with the
pivoted.
mass
You said
shootings.
yes. So can you prove any of that? Can you give me any source, any data, any facts, or are you just talking out of your ass?
I mean, if you're shooting mass people and going into whatever
Okay,
churches
hold
or
on,
synagogues or anything.
hold on. Did that? Once again, I'm going to ask again. This is the third time in a row. Do you have any sources, any facts, any stats that can corroborate this, or are you just talking out of your ass?
I'm going off of everything that I've heard and seen it before in the research. Obviously,
You've heard of Santa Claus. You've heard of Santa Claus too. Do you believe in
Man,
that?
that's not how. Come on, don't start trying to be disrespectful about it. With
No,
it.
I'm
trying to have
not
a
being
legit
disrespectful.
conversation.
I'm literally. You keep saying I've heard. All right, where? Give me your source. Give me your facts. Give me your stats. Or just admit that you're talking out your ass because
I'm
you don't
not
have
talking
these
out
things.
my ass. I just don't have every single support to background document to sit there and show whether or not they had mental health
So
reasons.
if we don't
So
have,
the shooter
if
that
we-
took out Charlie Kirk, what was that? I mean, they said, was that a mental health thing, or was that them setting them up because of Israel issues that he was fighting against? Or, I mean, do you want to go down that rabbit hole?
Oh wait, do you think I give a fuck about Charlie Kirk?
I'm like, I knew you don't. You think he's what, a piece of shit racist that
Oh,
that was homophobic and everything else?
oh, he 100% was, but that has nothing to do with the like literally.
What you
Hold on. I don't advocate for what happened to Charlie. Charlie advocated for what happened to Charlie. That's the difference between us. I didn't want Charlie to get shot. I even made a
no, you
fucking
shouldn't
video
have for
about
speaking
it.
his mind.
Cool. So I don't know why you brought that in again when you were still talking about mental health and you haven't given me any sources or any facts. So we can move from the mental health thing because
So
it's obvious.
It was either a setup job or it was the guy, the shooter that got
setup.
in
It's
with
always a
mental health,
setup.
but-
It's always a setup. Y'all have no like. I bet you think the water turns the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah, no. That's what I guess maybe out there. Where are you located?
I'm in Texas.
You're in Texas. Yeah, where were you at? You're in what area? Dallas area, more probably Austin area, I would think.
You know,
I'm just
I just recently moved from South Texas, from Uvalde.
okay over by the border. So okay, you've seen violence over there. I get it.
At our
that's
school,
coming across-
at our
that-
school.
Yeah, and I get
The big
you
school
don't think
shooting.
that some. Yes, you don't think that that was any type of mental health at all?
Do you have any sources that say that it was?
How do
Because
you can't?
I have
you
all
can't be
the
the
I have
same
all the
person.
documentation on that, so I'm just wondering where you got it from.
That you don't go into places like that and not have it.
So once
Okay,
again, you don't have
that-
it. So once again, you don't have it. So why are we still talking about mental health when you cannot back up or
Because you
corroborate
can't.
anything that you're saying?
You can't. You don't go. People don't go shoot.
Why
mass
are we
shootings.
still talking about this if you cannot
Okay,
back
what
up
else-
or
what else do you
corroborate
got to-
anything
what
that
else-
you're saying? I don't know.
what
At
other-
this
what
point in
other-
the conversation, you have pivoted so much that I don't even
Pivot
know.
is so much. Your whole. Yeah. Okay. Hey. All
My
right,
whole thing
bro.
is
I
what? So
appreciate
yes,
you.
we need an assault weapons ban. We need red flag laws, universal background checks, safe storage
Yeah, I
laws.
agree with background checks, of course, especially if you have any type of, issues.
Universal. Do y'all just like quit listening when we say the word universal and you just hear background checks?
Because that's what it leads to the next step of them trying to make us, not have weapons at all.
Says who? Show me. How? Prove it.
Every other country in the world that is any type
That
of
has what?
democratic. They all just UK in general.
Okay,
All of them.
you've been wanting to talk about the UK like a motherfucker.
Because
so
it's- because
let's
it's
talk
just-
about the
they
UK.
can't defend
Let's
themselves.
talk about the UK. Let's talk about it. Ready? I'm gonna give
Yeah.
you some fucking numbers here that are gonna blow your mind, or you're gonna be like, no, whatever. But you know,
I mean,
we have the
there's-
facts. So they had a school shooting in 1996. Their country came together. Both the left and the right came together and said, you know what? Our kids deserve more and we respect our kids more. So we're going to do something about this. In fact, what they did is they came together, enacted strict firearm laws. And do you know how many school shootings they've had since then? Since 96.
What are you gonna say? Zero?
Zero. Do you know how many firearm deaths they had last year?
Because they don't have firearms.
Do you know how many Yes, they do. You don't know what you're talking about.
the
Do you know
police
how
do
many?
know the police-
Do you know how many firearm deaths there were last year?
I don't.
There were 22. We do that in the U.S. within every 5.5 hours. So
Yeah, and I'm not saying that there's not reasons behind it, but what again? I just trying to figure out just what do you consider an assault rifle?
anything in HR 698.
So it doesn't even have to be automatic. Anything semi-automatic or anything like that.
Anything in
that
HR
that fires at a
698.
high rate of speed.
I've answered it. Anything in HR 698. And now I guarantee
you have weapons of.
I guarantee you're about to do this shit. You're going to be like, AR doesn't even stand for assault rifle, right? And then I have to go into the thing where it's like, yeah, I know it's Armalite rifle. It was invented by Eugene Stoner for the military, but the military decided to go against it in favor of the Colt. And the only difference between the Colt and the Armalite version was the 3-round selector switch. Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Again, I don't say that there's not problems, but
There are problems.
what's the
When
next
gun
step?
violence,
What's the
when
next
gun
step?
violence is the number one killer of children, there's a fucking problem.
Yeah, and those areas that it's happening at are people that
What
are
areas?
disgusting and don't care about
What
anybody's
areas?
lives, what they're running
What
around
areas?
with. Chicago.
Chicago isn't even top 10. That's just a racist dog whistle. Nice try. Try again.
Dog whistle. Okay.
Chicago's not even top 10. Chicago's like 32 for firearm violence.
Since when? I mean, it might have been up in of the last couple of years. And all right, all right, yeah, you're frustrating because you have, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to agree
No,
with
I'm not going to agree with falsities. I'm not going to agree with lies. I'm not going to agree with bullshit.
That are just you grow up. You don't own any firearms yourself?
I do. And nothing, and an AWB, universal background checks, red flag laws, safe storage laws, written and physical tests before purchasing, psych evals before purchasing, licensing, issuing, and registering them do not prevent me from having my firearm. You know, the only people that are afraid of firearm reform are the people that are afraid that they might lose theirs, because they are, in fact, the red flags. They are, in fact, the people that shouldn't have the guns. Because I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
I've been hunting my whole life since I was 10 years old. Shot my first buck when I was 11.
Cool story.
And I'm just telling you that's where it's at. See, cool story. You get disrespectful when I'm saying
I get disrespectful.
Has been used.
I get disrespectful because guns are the number one killer of children.
Yeah, with that get hit, you know what I'm saying, from people that do need those mental health. I do agree with certain parts of that.
No, you don't, because you vote Republican.
No, I'm always going to, because the any type of woke lefty government is trying to change back.
So then you don't give a fuck about mental health.
I do. I have my own mental health issues.
So then why are you voting Republican?
Because I believe in what I grew up on, in what I've
right, and the Republicans vote overwhelmingly against mental health care.
I'm not. Because I'm one that needs it, but you know they want to have it into a more strict way that they.
You don't know what you're talking about. All right, give me whatever bill that is. Give me whatever announcement that you're trying to say.
What you do on your channel, I'm just coming in here to see where you were at on it, but yeah.
And now you're going to run after running away from the conversation the whole time.
I'm just trying to sit here and talk. I don't appreciate it getting loud and disrespected whenever I'm just trying to have a cordial conversation with you about it.
Right.
Yeah, if you wanna,
I'm not going to be cordial when guns are the number one killer of children. Do you think I should be respectful when guns are the number one killer of children? And then we have people like you that come up here and say, oh, it's not a gun problem, it's a mental health problem. And then vote for the Republicans who do fuck all for mental health.
And I do advocate for mental health because I have family members.
Well, you don't vote like it.
Stuff myself. But I'm still going to sit there and fight for the right to have weapons and
which weapon do we have the individual right to own? You don't know anything about what you're talking about, bro.
Bro, I have AR.
I didn't ask what you had.
I have shotguns.
My God, can you listen? Can you listen to the question, right? I didn't ask what weapons do you have. I said, what weapons do you have the individual right to own? Two different questions.
Individual right to own anything that's a AR shotgun.
Do you have the individual right to own that?
The individual right to own my handguns and rifles for hunting.
Which one do you have the individual right to own?
I mean, they're sitting downstairs in my.
Which one do you have the individual right to own?
All of them, since I own them.
No, you own a car. Do you have the individual right to own a car?
I mean, if I pay that off,
you don't have the individual right to own the car.
So yeah, when I pay off my car or pay cash down for it, then I own it. It's not mine no more. Huh?
You don't have the individual right to own a car. You have the privilege to. What are you talking about? Do you know what rights are?
Yeah, I do, bro. Please don't start trying to like talk
Okay,
down
so I'm
on
gonna
me or
ask this
anything else.
again.
I tried
I'm
I
gonna ask
tried to
this
come in
again.
here and like
Right.
and
I'm
see
gonna
where
ask
you
this
were at.
again. I'm gonna ask it. I'm gonna ask it an easier way. What guns do you have the individual right to own? I'm just trying to see if you know anything about what you're talking about.
Any gun I go and purchase, I have the individual right to
Nope.
own.
You have the privilege. Which ones do you have the individual right?
What handguns, shotguns,
It's pistols for home defense. That's it.
rifles that are
It's
bolt action.
it's pistols for home defense. That is the only guns that we have the individual right to use per the Heller decision. You
I
don't
mean,
know
well,
what you're.
I've had no problem
What I
acquiring.
suggest you do is I suggest you read the Constitution first and foremost. Then I suggest
I,
that you go and read the Heller decision, and then
mhm.
read the Miller decision before that. Read Presser v. Illinois. Read NYC versus
Excuse me.
Bruin. Read all the Supreme Court cases surrounding it because literally
Yeah, and
you
a
have
lot of those
no.
things are all
I
coming
didn't
from.
realize that I was done talking, and
Okay.
then you can learn something because everything that you've said up here tonight has just been factually wrong.
I guess agree to disagree, but I don't think gun rights in America are going anywhere. And I mean, and yeah, we can agree for some more strict background checks and everything like that. I totally agree, but
Right, like
this is still.
I said universal background checks, and you're like, I agree with background checks, and I'm like, with the universal part, and you're like, oh
No, I
well,
mean,
like
if
you
you don't have any felonies or violence cases or anything like that against you, then you should. Why should I not be able to have the same type of home support that politicians get with their security teams that they get to carry out and say that's okay for them to have it,
what
but
the
it's not
fuck are
okay
you
for us to
talking
have it.
about?
All right, bro.
What are you talking about? You're just going on tangents that
I'm
have
not.
nothing to do with the conversation. We're talking about universal background checks, and you just went off. Why shouldn't I have the right to have the same ammunition and armor that
You
these
don't have to.
motherfucking
Why would you if
politicians
you don't
have when
have
they
any type
protect
of
themselves and everything? What the fuck does that have to do with a universal background check?
that they're trying to push guns away from
What does that
American
have to do
citizens,
with it?
but they
What
keep
does
doing
that
it
have to
themselves.
do with universal background checks?
Because they don't have to have universal background checks for the defense, the
Do
same
you know
weapons
what a
they're using to
universal
protect
background
their
check
family.
is?
Yeah, on everybody that comes in to be able to get a gun, you do a universal background check on everything that comes in, on whether or not
You're too stupid
if
for this
they're
conversation. At this point, I'm just at this point, like I
yeah,
can't even
yeah,
do this.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Explain universal background checks again.
That they're universal on everyone. That anyone tries to go in and get a gun, they're going to get a deep dive background check on them. That
Where?
what? Where what?
So, like you said, anybody that buys a gun from where?
From academy, from sports and outdoors, anywhere.
So FFL dealers.
I mean, the ones that pull up FFL dealers and within when they go to the gun shows type.
Do you know what an
areas?
FFL is?
What is it? Tell me. Let's hear it. He's from Texas. All right, man. I'm gonna
It's a
jump out here
federal
'cause
firearm like license. Like, what are you? You
I'm
don't.
licensed. I don't even need. I'm in Texas, so I don't. Obviously, we don't need a license to hide it anymore or do anything like that. I'm
Yeah,
for gun
because
rights.
Texas is so fucking great, right? Children were
Yeah,
just
it
slaughtered
is.
in Uvalde, in Allen, in Santa Fe, in El Paso, in fucking Austin not that long ago, in
Hey,
Houston
it's
quite
all
a
over the
bit.
place, bro.
Like, holy
Yeah.
fuck. But more guns is the solution, right?
Hey, as long as we're taking care of our families and everything else, that's
You're
what
not.
it's about.
Children
I
are
don't- I
dying.
don't-
Children are dying. And you're too
yeah,
stupid
and they're not
to
dying
fucking
from they're
understand
not-
that. You are too stupid to understand that. Holy shit. I tried, guys. I tried. This is probably not the greatest look for our first stream over there on the tube with that guy because holy fuck, I was losing my shit. Dear God. Let's see if this guest is going to get in. If not, we will move on to the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, gals and pals, days and gays, and everybody in between. If you are enjoying this live or would like to help support the live, links are in the bio. They're also on screen above my head in all the places. Let me see here. This guy's not coming on. All right. Bye. Sam, how old are you? Where are you from?
36, I think, and Ohio.
Awesome. You pro 2A?
Yeah.
Awesome. Are you MAGA, Republican, Liberal, Democrat, Independent, Centrist, Marxist, Anarchist, Nazi, Confederate?
I guess independent, because I hate both parties.
Awesome. All right. We need gun reform. Tell me why you oppose it.
Mostly because A, it's a right, and
What
B,
right?
it's protected by the Second Amendment.
What is the Second Amendment?
How exactly was it worded? Basically, free citizens should be able to bear arms.
Free citizens?
There's a little more to it.
Yeah. You can't be a felon. You can't be.
Yeah, no, that's not
really
what it
about it.
says at all. It's not what it says at all. It says a well-regulated militia, comma, being
You know what that
necessary to
means?
the security of a free
Well-regulated.
state, comma, the right of the people to keep and bear arms, comma, shall not be infringed. Yes, I do know what the
Well-regulated
well-regulated.
at the time
I do know what
meant-
well-regulated militia means. Do you?
Yes, it meant at the time, it meant ready and waiting, basically. It meant that you had to keep your guns.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Really, that's crazy because why else? Why does it in the Constitution in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 16 says that Congress will arm, train, organize, and discipline the militia?
That's a militia.
Right. That's what
And
the
at the
Second
time, the
Amendment is
militia
about.
was
You said, what
everybody
is a well-regulated militia? And then when I just told
militia-
you, hold on, you just asked, what is the well-regulated militia back then? And I explained it to you using the articles within
didn't
the
ask any of that.
Constitution. And then you said, well, that's for the militia. Yes, that's what we're speaking about. So,
The militia at the time was the free citizens. That was everybody in America.
armed,
That
trained,
was our
organized,
citizens.
and disciplined by Congress.
That came later, didn't it?
Nope. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. What comes
Yeah, that
first?
came later.
Articles or amendments?
In order, like in how it's written, or how it
Yeah,
was, or how it
what
was
came first?
in terms of
In the Constitution.
period.
What came first?
and how it in the book or in
The book? It,
time.
it wasn't a book, but articles or
Really, it's a
amendments,
book.
what comes first?
The document.
Yeah. Articles or amendments?
But our militia was our Our
Articles or amendments, what comes first?
the articles come first.
Articles.
But they were,
So
they were
then
written,
Article 1, Section 8, Clause 15 and 16.
They were written after, weren't they?
So the articles come first, but they were written after. Do
Yeah.
you know what the word
They were
amend
added.
means?
Yes.
What does amend mean?
It means to change. But not all those changes
To
were made
add.
at the same time.
To additions. So do you think the amendments?
Not
Do you think the articles were additions to the amendments?
But either way, that's irrelevant because
No,
at the
it's not.
time-
No, it is very relevant to the conversation at hand because you were trying
really not.
to be like super
Because our
educated
militia
and
was
Phil
our
broing
militia
and
was
shit.
intended
Hold on,
to be
I'm
our
not
entire
done.
citizen.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was literally
was.
written in
It was
the
objectively
articles.
supposed to be our. It was originally supposed to be our entire citizenry.
If they are armed, trained, organized, or disciplined by Congress.
We'll agree to disagree there.
We don't.
But
No.
either way,
No. We're not agreeing to disagree. You're just fucking wrong because our articles were written first. Then we came along and we said, "Hey, we need to amend this Constitution."
The government disagrees.
Which is why We made
government disagrees.
amendments to the Constitution. Therefore, the articles, which is what I was just explaining to you, were already there.
Our Supreme Court disagrees.
Yeah, DCV Heller. That was the first time in fucking 200 plus years. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go with them.
You're going with them now? That what the fuck are you talking about? Of course, yeah. Since 2008, you've had the individual right. Every single day prior to that, it was tied to the militia.
No, it wasn't, because we've all had the right to own guns since before then.
No, you had the privilege to.
No, we had the right to.
No,
That argument's older than I
not
am.
pre 2008,
Yes,
buddy.
Yes.
All right, show me the Supreme Court ruling before 2008 that gave us the
There didn't
individual
need to
right.
be a Supreme Court ruling.
There had
before
to
that,
be because there
everybody
were
just had
Supreme
fucking
Court
common
rulings.
sense.
Because there were Supreme Court rulings before 2008 that clarified that it was for the militia. Holy fuck, dude. Do y'all not fucking pick up a book? Do you not read? Do you not educate yourself? Do you just hear shit and just regurgitate it without ever verifying or fact checking
had that
fucking
right. They never
anything?
said-
I'm sorry, I thought I was in the middle of a
military.
sentence again. Okay, I'll help you close your mouth because I am getting extremely fucking tired of this shit. I am not going to agree to disagree when you are just completely fucking wrong. You've never read the Second Amendment. You haven't read the Constitution. You thought the fucking articles came after the fucking amendments. So what we're going to do right now is we are going to do just a little basic fucking level set here. We're going to ask some simple questions because you don't know fuck all about the Second Amendment or the Constitution or anything like that. So go ahead and unmute. Now I've got some really, really simple questions. I sent you an invite to unmute, man. Yes, I did. And if you don't know how to unmute, that's crazy.
Yeah, a big thing pops up on your screen and no big.
Cool. It doesn't have to. Hold on. I got him, guys. Hit the microphone button. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. How many branches of government are there?
3.
Awesome.
But
What
again,
are they?
this is all irrelevant.
Awesome. What are they?
Executive, legislative, and judicial.
Okay. Awesome. 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 All right.
And
How
then
many
the next
articles?
question,
How many
whether
articles and
citizen
amendments are there in the
assistance-
Constitution?
I don't remember. Again, it's kind of irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
It is. How
When
does that have
when it
anything
comes
to do
to
with
our
guns?
rights,
How does that have anything
where
to do
do we
with
get our
guns?
rights?
Obviously, the Constitution.
Right. So then it is really prevalent to this
But
conversation.
we're talking about one right, not all of them.
right. And where is that right located?
And the Constitution.
Exactly.
And again,
Are you sure you're 36?
yeah.
Sure, that would make you a year older than me, and I cannot believe that people my age and older are fucking ignorant.
Well,
Like, I
I'm going
just
to go
can't.
with the Supreme Court, who has multiple times said that it's our right.
Multiple times. Name me 2.
Well, it's currently said. It has been said before, but they didn't have.
When?
There was no real reason for them to go.
When?
I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
I don't
You don't
sit
know
here and
shit about
follow
fuck.
the
So
Supreme
once
Court.
again, name me 2. Actually, fuck it. I know you can't name me 2 because one
But it-
doesn't fucking
Regardless,
exist.
it doesn't matter.
One doesn't exist. You're just saying shit to say shit. So tell me the Supreme Court ruling that granted you that individual right.
The Heller decision did it.
Awesome.
And before that,
Awesome. What
and before
the Heller
the
decision?
Constitution did it.
No.
And nobody questioned it because
Yes,
it was
they
common
did.
fucking sense.
Yes, they did. U.S. v. Miller, Presser v. Illinois. There have been several Supreme Court cases. Just because you don't know about them because you're not educated on it, doesn't mean that it didn't happen or it didn't exist. How about you go and do something? How about you go and read up the fucking Miller decision? and then come back and talk to me. You won't, because you'll read and you'll be like, oh, fuck, I was wrong. But maybe not even then. Maybe it is very possible that you probably can't comprehend the Miller ruling, and then you would still come back up and say some stupid shit. So I'll just break it down to the bare bones for you. The Miller decision said that you can, after the NFA Act, the National Firearms Act of 1934, said that you can limit whatever firearms you want, especially the sawed-off shotguns, because it wasn't tied to militia use.
And then that got thrown out because it was fucking retarded.
When, well, there's the slur. But real quick before I kick you, when was it thrown out? Silence is deafening, motherfucker. That silence was fucking deafening. Holy shit. Holy fuck. God damn. This is the night that we're going to have. We've had two complete buffoons come up here. I've had better conversations with goldfishes than I've had with the fucking gun nuts that have come up today. Like, just tell me you have small dick energy and just leave it at that. Right? Like, that's it. That's all you have to do. Just tell me, it makes me feel big and powerful because I can't defend myself without it. Like, say that shit at least. Like, be honest with yourself. You're not a badass. You're just a coward with a small peen that is trying to overcompensate. You probably got truck nuts on your fucking vehicle as well. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. W's in the chat to Marks and Queso, though, that said that sent the redact. I just barely saw it, but big W. So he sent the redact and said, this guest is making me feel super dumb. Listen, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Big W's. All right, let's set this. Oh. Male Team 6 at their I'm fucking saying. Like, why? Oh. Oh, I got you. Thanks, Puff. Okay. Wait. You're 35, you look 50. Okay. Eldon, how old are you? Where are you from?
I'm 19. I live in Iowa.
What year were you born?
2006.
Okay. What month?
June.
Awesome. All right, you pro 2A?
Yes, 100% shall not be infringed. I'm a libertarian.
Okay, cool. So tell me why you oppose.
Gun control?
Well, you can call it control, whatever. I don't care. You can call it what you want to call it.
Okay. I oppose it because statistics, facts, etc., and reason show that gun control does not do what it's intended to do.
Cool. What are those stats? What are those facts?
90, I'm not sure exactly. It's about 80 to 95. It's somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure.
No. Give me the stats and facts. No, you said, and this is what I love because I only deal with stats and facts. Give me the stats.
There's multiple.
Give me the stats.
Okay. The DOJ
says what?
Says 80% of all gun-related crimes are committed with illegal guns, but other sources also can show up to 95%. It just depends where you look. But check it.
Okay, we're gonna play along with you. DOJ. You said what? 85%?
80.
80% of guns are illegal?
No, 80% of all guns used in 80% of all gun-related crimes are committed with illegal guns.
Okay. And so I typed that in. and I'm seeing guns used in crime, the Bureau of Justice Statistics. We'll click that. This isn't the same thing. Although most crime is not committed with guns, most gun crime is committed with handguns. We know that. Okay, let me see here. Where's this 80% number? Let me see. Control F, 80. That's 1980. Where is that? Since over 80% of the guns available in the United States are manufactured here, that's not it. Pistol production grew from 28% to 80%. That's not it. The 1980s again. A 380 caliber. Let's see, where else? 380 caliber. 80% of assaults are, percent of traces by crime type, handgun. So that's 80%. The total crime type is assault. Okay, that's not it. 380 caliber. 80% using handguns. So that wasn't it, and that was from the Bureau of Justice Statistics, which what you said. Or okay, so let's go down to the next one. Where can you give me a link to this?
I don't remember exactly where it came from.
You
It was
don't
either
know where it came from. So
DOJ
stats and facts,
or-
but you don't know what the stats and facts are.
Yeah, well, I've seen them, and I know
I've
true.
seen Santa Claus too.
Oh, okay.
Does that make him true?
Again,
Does that make him true? I've seen him.
no. Okay, you have no proof for that.
Exactly my point.
I'm saying though, if you gave me time, I could
Exactly
find.
my point.
If you gave me time, I could find it.
I gave you all that time that I was reading up the shit that you were saying. Imagine just walking right into the fucking point.
Chill. There is a lot of different studies done on this, so it's hard to find because it ranges anywhere from like.
I don't need the excuses or anything. I just need the source. While this guy's looking for his source, ladies and gentlemen, gals and pals, theys and gays, and everybody in between, if you are being educated and or entertained and would like to help support the live, links are in the bio or right above my head on both platforms. Everything is appreciated. I was going to try to steal Santana's fuck it up every time. Oh shit, am I freezing over there on the tube? Am I back? Chat? Am I back? Shit just fucking disconnected me completely for a few seconds. So, okay. Awesome. Yeah. Let me see. What was that sigh for?
Because this shit that I'm trying to look at is a fucking paywall.
Hey, can you say W's in the chat to Puff? Eldon. No, you can't? Okay.
Wait.
Can you say W in the chat to Puff? Okay, cool. W's in the chat to Puff, who sent $5 for the red flag and said, why was he yelling, let me up if he wasn't ready?
Well, because if you want to pivot to an ideological debate, then I can do that. I will 100% do that.
So you don't have sources and facts, so now you want to go straight to the field, bro? Okay.
No, I said if you want to.
No, I want you to just give me your sources. By the way, government sites don't have any paywalls, so what are you looking at?
It wasn't a government site. It was a.
You said this was from the DOJ. I'm waiting for the DOJ numbers.
Again, I don't know if you remember. I don't know exactly where it came from. I know there was a government
you
site.
specifically said DOJ.
Yeah, I did, but then I clarified. Are you fucking dumb?
No, you didn't clarify. You said the DOJ
I did-
and
no, I
several
literally-
other sources. But then I
I-
said, what do I type in? And I typed in because you said the DOJ. So now you're not going with the DOJ now? Okay, cool.
I clarified that a few minutes ago, like a good amount of time ago.
Okay.
But
just
I
give me
understand
any,
your
just give me any of them. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're on the TikTok, I have shirts in the TikTok shop, or you can find them on my website. I can't say it on TikTok, but if you're on YouTube, it's right above my head somewhere over here. You know what? I forgot I could do this. I can't play too much of it though. I'm just waiting on a source. Just one little bitty source. This man was yelling, I can come up. I'll debate and argue and stuff. Then he claims he's all about truth and facts and stats, but doesn't bring those. Dear God. So, chat, how was y'all's day? Me? Oh, I was doing good until I've had to wait 45 minutes for a fucking source. The last time that anybody had this much trouble out of the source was when it was a hip hop magazine, and Eminem was beefing with it. No, go play, Mel. Go play.
Okay, so statistics for this are specifically actually really difficult to find because it's such a broad statistic.
Okay, and what was your claim?
But I did find.
Hold on, what was your claim?
That it doesn't matter. I did find.
No, what was your claim?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Tell me your claim and then give me the results.
A significant
Tell
majority
me
of
tell me your
firearms
claim.
crimes are
Tell me
traced
your
back to
claim
sources deemed
and
illegal.
then give me the results.
My claim is that gun control.
Nope.
creates-
Your claim was 80% of what?
That was not my claim.
Yes, the
That was
fuck
never my
it was.
Claim. It
Hold on.
never
Can I
was.
go back on
that
this?
was that
Hold
was
on.
supposed to be my evidence. I cannot find
Hold on.
it, but I've seen
Hold
it.
on.
Which is why I'm trying
Am I
to
gonna
find
do-
it.
Hold on. Quit talking real quick. I'm going to see if I can't pull Imagine
it back
just
on-
walking right into the fucking point.
There's
Hold on. Let me see.
Because this shit that I'm trying to look
Hold on.
at is a fucking paywall.
Okay. Hey, over there on the tube. Goddamn, has it already been 10 minutes? Caliber. Okay. Let's see.
Show that gun control. I'm not sure exactly. It's about 80 to 95. It's somewhere.
Just a little bit back. What year were you born?
2006.
Okay. What month?
June.
Awesome. All right, you pro 2A?
Yes, 100% shall not be infringed. I'm a libertarian.
Okay, cool. We'll fast forward a little bit.
I'm not sure exactly. It's about and reason show that gun control does not do what it's intended to do.
Cool. What are those stats? What are those facts?
90. I'm not sure exactly. It's about 80 to 95. It's somewhere in there. I'm not exactly
No,
sure.
give me the stats and facts. No, you said, and this is what I love because I only deal with stats and facts. Give me the stats.
There's multiple.
Give me the stats.
Okay. The DOJ
says what?
Says 80% of all gun-related crimes are committed with illegal guns, but others.
I don't like when people lie to me. Go ahead and unmute, Eldon. I sent you an invite.
Okay.
What was your claim?
My claim is that the Second Amendment shall not be infringed.
No. What was your claim?
You were conflating the evidence.
No. What was your claim? Do I need to go back and play it again for you?
My claim was that the Second Amendment shall not be infringed upon.
Okay. Well, I'll play it again for you.
You don't need to.
Nope. I'm gonna play it again because your claim.
But that was you're mixing it.
You can call it
There's a
control,
difference
whatever. I don't care. You can call it what you call it.
Okay. I know it's.
You're gonna hush.
I oppose it because statistics, facts, etc., and reason show that gun control does not do what it's intended to do.
Cool. What are those stats? What are those facts?
90. I'm not sure exactly. It's about 80 to 95. It's somewhere in there. I'm not exactly sure.
Give me the stats and facts. No, you said, and this is what I love because I only deal with stats and facts. Give me the stats.
There's multiple.
Give me the stats.
Okay. The DOJ
says what?
Says 80% of all gun-related crimes are committed with illegal guns, but other sources also.
Unmute.
Not a claim.
What was your claim?
That is not a claim. That was.
We're not continuing further until you tell me what your claim was. Your claim was that, well, statistics say that 80 to 95% of all guns in crimes, the DOJ said, that was your claim. Do I need to play it for you one more time?
There's a big difference.
What was your claim?
My original claim is different from the claim I made while stating my evidence. There's a difference.
Nope, I can rewind it again.
There is a difference. You're so fucking retarded.
Give me the stats. Oh.
There's multiple.
Give me the There's the slur.
Okay.
There was the slur. They can't do it. Like, just admit you're fucking wrong, dude. Damn. There it is. There it is. There it is. You always know they're going to because they cannot have these conversations. There it is. Holy shit. He didn't run. I kicked him. We're not. You're not slurring. But also, W's in the chat to Hope, who sent the redact and said, silencing men on the internet is my favorite hobby. Big fucking W's, Hope. Big W's, Hope. All right, let me see here. Oh, all right. There we go. All right. Can we please have somebody, anybody that can have a conversation request up if you have any sort of data or stats or facts or anything. Fuck it. I don't even care at this point. I don't even care. Come up here. I'm going to make you look dumb like that last guy. That's it. That's what I got to say. It's been 5,011 years since I've been able to be an op on Twitch. Listen, if this tube thing goes good, we are going to be able to get back to Twitch. If the tube starts going good, we will be able to get back to Twitch. So we're trying to it might take a little bit, but we'll get there. Holy hell. When I was doing the playback, it wasn't fucking with y'all's viewing over on the tube, was it? On the tube, I am at cross 0524. No, it was fine. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I want to get back. I want to get back to it, but got to be able to pay the bills and everything. Yeah, you have to put the @ sign on it. Have to put the @ sign on it. Subscribe to Let's Go. I think I have to before we can do like the super chats and everything over there. The Rise one, yeah. Well, the Rise is the Rise one. That's not the Brett one. If you followed another one of mine, I don't know how you found it. What time is it for me? It's 8:43. It's 8:43, and apparently we have beaten every single gun nut and or MAGA Republican that has come up. It's almost too easy at this point. Fuck, and then I get to straight up bring up the replay while they're up here. Like, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be extremely fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video about it. I'm gonna do an intro video for the tube, and then I'm gonna have a video on TikTok, which will get suppressed. The gram, all that good shit. Oh. Found it. Let's go. Hell yeah. Oh, that will be good too, yeah. Your channel is hard to find on here. It may just be that I'm old up. No, it ain't that. It's because it's a fresh thing. So it's going to be at the very bottom of all the algorithms and everything like that, on the bottom of all the searches and everything. The more that we search, the more that we follow and like and share and all that good shit, comment, the higher it'll raise up for other folks to find it and get on it. It's so quiet without the music. Yeah. Well, especially like TikTok has been suppressing it a lot because of that. And now since we're over here on the tube, I can't do it. So we're going to figure out some shit. That's for damn sure. We should take over Truth Social the way MAGA has taken over Threads. No, I can't do that. Have I posted it on Blue Sky? No, I haven't. I don't know, guys. What do y'all think? We're going to have to do a quick reset maybe on the TikTok? Yeah, I think the only songs that I'll be able to play on TikTok or on the tube is mine. Let me see. I searched Brett Cross Live. Now that was top answer on Zoom. Let's go. Maybe it's because I'm on here. I don't know. Oh, I also have another one called that. Well, did I do anything with it? Obviously, I didn't. When I'm able to get the soundboard back, I will be able to just do the little clips of bye bye bye. Oh, yeah. Bet. What was the tube again? It is at cross 0524. You have to put the at sign there. I think we're gonna have to do a quick reset here on the TikTok though. I think we're gonna have to do a quick reset so that we can get back on the FYP. So everybody, get your brothers so that we can come back. Subbed on YouTube. Let's go. All right, find your brothers. And does anybody know about I'm all new to this YouTube shit. Is there a way to like force that to the top maybe? We all in this together. Lucifer has all of us as brothers. Let's go. All right, guys, we're gonna do a quick reset on TikTok, and then we'll be right back over on the tube. We'll still be on the tube. It's just gonna take a few seconds. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Now we're gonna have to go ahead and reset it. What's up, tube? What's up, tube? I ain't gonna lie to y'all, tube. This is where I want to eventually end up. This is where I eventually want to end up. Let's go ahead and restart. You like it over there better than the talk? Hell yeah. That's what I did, because I know there's a lot of people that prefer the tube over talk. And I'm trying to help everybody. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm working on 3 different videos, so I can just pump them out real quick. Welcome back, TikTok. Welcome back. Find y'all's brothers real quick. You like the layout better over there? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was looking up how to monetize that. I was trying to figure it out. It's gonna take a minute. We'll get there. We will definitely get there. The tube doesn't suffer from the TikTok lag. Shit, I don't know. What's up? Welcome in. Guys, if we can, since we just did a reset over on the talk, just tap the share of the screen. Imagine that the screen is a couch and you are JD Vance. and tap the fuck out of it. I'm also curious to see what I can and cannot say over on the tube. Bro thought he cooked with that line. Bro thinks he's fucking cool because he says bro to start a sentence. Dyer, hold on. Let me see this profile. Oh, you cannot be serious. How the fuck you simultaneously look 16 and 48 at the same time? How the fuck? Be doing that to people. That's rude. Wait, did I just lose my... Did TikTok just go off? Or, I mean, did the talk just go off? Are we still live there? The fuck? It's showing that it's off for me. Oh. Oh, okay. All right, we're still here. We're still here. All right. Sweet. It's weird because it's mirrored. Yeah, so on the tube, it's like if you were looking right at me. On the TikTok, it's where if I raise my left hand, it raises up on the left side for me. All right. What do y'all think, though? I don't know. I think because it's football tonight. But we are getting our fucking view rates up over there on the tube, so. And it's going to take a lot of, like, tinkering with and, like, fixing and working out the kinks and shit, you know. Oh, and it's wrestling. Yeah, it is wrestling and football. Yeah. No, I just want to get on and test too. We had a couple of decent things. I should be able to clip easier too now on as well. Definitely be able to make shorts on here. I think it's Sister Day in Republican land, so they'll be busy for about 15 minutes. Dear God. I love how people will come on here and be like, oh, I was cleaning my gun as I came across this live. My God. Can you imagine just sitting in front of the TV or your phone just like, fuck. Rub it out away from me, my guy. Damn. Y'all come up? All right. Sure, come up. How old are you? Where you from?
I'm 27. I'm not from the U.S., but I live in the Washington state.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
You pro 2A?
Oh, yes, of course.
Awesome. You MAGA, Republican, Liberal, Democrat, Independent, Centrist, Marxist, Anarchist, Nazi, Confederate?
I would say independent. I don't like the Republicans or Democrats.
Awesome. All right, we need gun reform. Why do you oppose it?
It's not solidified as the Second Amendment's the right to bear arms for everybody, not
Well,
just one
what
group
is
of
the
people.
Second Amendment?
The right to bear
There's
arms, freely bear
27
arms.
words.
Right. I'm not going to say it verbatim, but it's the right to bear arms in short term.
God damn it. Hold on. And listen, this isn't just you. This is everybody. I'm going to mute you real quick. I'll send you an invite to come out here in just a second, okay? Motherfuckers, it is verbatim. Verbatim. Ver with a V. I don't know how many people are going to come up here on my goddamn lives and say verbatim. It's not per. It's not per anything. It is verbatim. Is literally every single person that comes up here and tries to say, well, I'm not going to say it verbatim, cannot say verbatim. Are you back? I sent you an invite to unmute.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not American, so I can't say some words correctly.
Like I said, did you not hear me right before I said it's not like directed towards you? It's because literally everybody that comes up here and says that says the same thing. And it'll be people that were born and raised here. So it's just a little PSA to everybody. Anyways, so you don't know the Second Amendment verbatim, right?
I'll say you're right on that one.
I mean, because I am. Okay, cool. So what? Actually, I'm gonna let you go ahead. So you said what the Second Amendment is? What?
The freedom to bear arms freely, any individual. I think it should be available to everybody, not just citizens. Well, we talk about sidearms, obviously, things like 240s, 249s, 40 Mikes, Mark 19s, all military aspects you can't use.
Right. So only pistols you have the individual right to.
I believe that is. Shotguns are kind of a different story, but I believe just sidearms would be the best option for everybody.
Well, that's what you have the individual right to.
That's correct.
Right. Per the Heller decision, right?
Correct.
Right. Okay, cool. So what about it? How does gun reform violate your Second Amendment?
I believe any kind of reform on any type of firearm, whether could be a blundergat, could be a 365, 308, doesn't matter what type of millimeter it is. I believe any revocation for that would be kind of infringing on your right.
Okay.
Because what if you like a certain type of weapon?
What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna break this down easy. Once again, I'm just as simple. Like, how does reform infringe upon your Second Amendment?
Well, it's in the Constitution.
How does it infringe upon your
Because
Second
you're
Amendment?
limiting the use of one specific weapon or weapon type.
Okay, are we allowed to do that?
Negative. It would infringe on your rights.
Really? Because that'd be crazy. So then why isn't the NFA overturned?
NFA, the National Firearm Association?
No, the NFA, the National Firearms Act. You're thinking of the NRA. The National Firearms Act, the NFA, 1934, and then it was re-upped in 86. Why isn't that overturned?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not a politician.
So we can limit what weapons, right? Well, wait, hold on. Wasn't it also Justice Scalia in the Heller decision that said the Second Amendment right is not an unlimited right? It does not mean that you can own whatever you want for whatever reason you want whatsoever?
I believe so. I believe that's why we can't own weapons like 50 cals or 240s. Or
so then we can regulate what types of weapons.
Correct. I believe it's up to a semi-automatic weapon you can possess as a civilian.
Cool. So when you said earlier that it is unconstitutional or whatever to go after a specific type of weapon and everything, that was incorrect.
Yeah, to an extent, you're correct. Yeah.
Absolutely. So once again, how does it infringe upon anybody's rights?
I feel like, if you want a certain type of weapon, and just hear me out, like I said, depending on the variation of the weapon, what kind of weapon it is, I agree with you. Reform. Nobody should own a 50 cal. It's just not feasible. It shouldn't be allowed. So yeah, I agree with you to an extent. Reform should happen. I just believe, civilian, any semi-automatic weapon or single fire rate weapon should be allowed with any citizen.
Cool. Do you think that's the only part of reform?
I feel like it's a big portion. I feel like a lot of people
It's
are
not.
upset when
It's not a big portion. In fact, it should be. And what you're referring to is the assault weapons ban, which should be a
Correct.
big part of it. But that's not even the biggest part of gun reform. We're talking about things such as universal background checks, red flag laws, safe storage laws. Though
Right,
that's
but a
gun
lot of that's
reform.
already in place, though.
No, it's not.
Well, you have to wait at least 10 business days. I think it's actually 30 days now, at least in my state, to
In your
even
state.
get a weapon.
What about
That's
in my
correct.
state,
What state are you from?
Texas?
Texas? Okay. Texas is a little bit better
A
with,
little bit
with
better.
those laws.
It's a little bit worse.
Well, better for gun lovers. Sorry, I should reform that.
Yeah, not better for kids.
Right, and we have those. We
You
have those
literally
laws
just said
laws
right.
here.
You
Well,
literally
I don't
just
understand why
said
you're coming
right.
across so kind of like you're coming across really aggressive right now.
Oh my God, cry me a fucking river. Fuck. Like, is it because I say fuck? Is it because I like,
You cuss all the time.
okay,
Well, I
cool.
cuss-
So then how
cuss
am I
a lot,
coming
but-
across aggressive?
You're just like looking for something to kind of nitpick at, and I understand it's a debate.
I'm not
again-
nitpicking, and this is not a debate. I debate with actual politicians. This is just a conversation. But
Right.
what we are talking about is you said that it is better in Texas, and it's not better in Texas. Children are dying. Like, how is it
Okay.
better?
I mean, children die everywhere in every part of the country. I don't understand what relevance that has.
Right. So we see that in states that have stricter gun laws, that they have
just
less
not in-
firearm death rate. We see the states that have the loosest gun laws that have the highest firearm death rates.
Okay. Well, put that in perspective. Is each state has their own laws, right? As you say.
Correct. This is why we need universal background checks.
Right.
need-
So if I had all my stuff done in, say, for Washington, where there's stricter gun laws, and I moved to Florida or Texas, where there's not as strict gun laws, right? Do you think that those laws where I originated from, or those weapons that I purchased in those states, such as Washington, should follow me to Texas?
Should follow you to Texas?
Yeah, those like laws, right? So if I buy a weapon in Washington, I have to wait 30 days. But if I buy a weapon in Texas, I don't have to wait that long, correct?
Correct.
Right. So do you think those laws should follow people where they originated from? Say you were born in a certain city, right?
No, I think that it should be the same across the country, and it should.
Right. Okay.
Because no, it doesn't work one, like, yes, you can't just take your ARs from here and go to California. That doesn't work like that. Universal means across the country. Okay. Good talk. Great talk, even. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it a night for that one. After that one. Because one, I see a bunch of cowards that are in the comment section not requesting to come up. And two, people are stupid. So check my link. Which link? Hold on. Oh. Yeah, y'all gotta remind me. Hold on. Let me see here. W's in the chat to Midge for the red flag. Oh, he was following a bunch of underage girls. Yeah, they do that a lot. It's gross. It's gross. No wonder he got off real quick. Did y'all start saying that in the chat? They'll watch it, and when they think that y'all honed in on them, they fucking bounce. Also, big W's in the chat to Lindsay, who said happy Monday. Had to double check to see what days it was. I'm telling you, it's been the longest fucking Monday of my life anyways. That's for damn sure. All right, let me just double check one last thing. All righty. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it for the night. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to check real quick to see who's on and who we should raid. Let me see. All right, is it going to pop up with the lives? Come on now. No, just not. Oh shit. Yep. Logic is on. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Logic. It is god.of_logic on the TikTok. If you're on YouTube, I don't think they have a tube, but you can go to god.of_logic. I believe that's correct. God.of_logic. Yeah. That's where we're going to go. And that way I can get some rest and we can be back on tomorrow, guys. Much love, y'all. And I will talk to y'all later.